Oh, did you know that there's an e-beggar named darksydephil? Oh, so embarrassed. He's in his 40s and he e-begs. Sweet. Every day, a little bit, tweaking a little more, tender. I've walked on my toes my whole life. Like that. Because my muscles were already big down there. Flavorful. It's still an answer. It doesn't matter if it's honesty or not. It's still an answer. I am going to ask for contributions, and you're gonna like it. Sasquatch. Afterbirth. Boom Arms defeat DSP says, what about 220? Hey, Boom Arms, you do realize that the whole 220 thing was completely fabricated, completely false.
Come on then, dickhead. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Never had any truth to it whatsoever. Literally not a lick of evidence or anything was ever shown. It was just all hearsay. And you all believed it because you're all a bunch of fucking mouth-drooling idiots, right? You do realize that no one involved in that story was real. It was completely made up from the ground up. And people are just so dumb, they believe it because they don't need to see any facts. They just want to believe negative things. You know that, right? That you're a dunce, that you're a fucking idiot. I just want to make that clear to you that you're actually the most gullible fucking moron on this planet because you believe everything you're told for the memes and the giggles, right? If you don't know what's going on, graphics, that's a good thing. These are dumbasses on the Kick Chat who do detractor memes and shit. But all the stuff that they reference is always false and fake. Like dumb memes that were made up to have nothing to do with reality, but they just all circle jerk each other into believing that everything is true, even though there's never ever been a lick of evidence of anything that they say. They just fucking, oh yeah, it's true. See, and there you go. Well, can you provide that it's evidence that it's false? No, you stupid fucking moron. You don't have to do that. In real life, it's called innocent until proven guilty. You don't get to just throw a zillion fucking accusations at someone and then say, well, unless they can prove it, it's true. That's not how it works, you fucking idiot. I can make up anything about anyone right now, and you're just going to blanket believe it, even though I've provided absolutely no evidence, and it's just hearsay of two people saying stuff. Why are you so dumb? Like, no, I have to ask this question. All right, where is this fucking boom arm idiot? Who are you, and who pays for your internet? Who pays your bills in life? Because there's no way that someone as dumb as you actually holds a job. So who are you leeching off of? Is it your parents? Is it the government? I really want to know. I want to get to the heart of these people on the internet that are this stupid and actually just sit there believing toxic fucking hatred against people. Who are you? How do you exist? Because I'm shocked that you get out of bed every day and don't immediately trip and put your head through the wall and kill yourself because you're so stupid, right? How do you actually use the bathroom without like defecating all over the floor? How do you tie your own shoes? I need to know how dumb people like you actually fucking get away with it. Because it's obvious if you're that fucking ignorant and stupid that someone's doing everything for you, right? You're not actually independent. There's no way. Do I get sick of people asking about detractors or telling you what detractors are doing, etc.? I mean, it gets tiresome because you guys know I don't care. Right? Like, as I've said many times, I just don't give a shit about what they're doing or saying. And then these morons come on my streams and they repeat these stupid memes that like that 220 meme is just so stupid. From what I'm to understand, again, this is just me trying to understand it from an outsider's perspective because I don't watch or listen to garbage from morons. I guess they're trying to say that a police officer came out to my house, looked around and saw that I had a bunch of security cameras around my house. Like my house is on lockdown or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like as Fort Knox and there was like all this security. And then they made a report that I'm a 220, which I guess means that I'm like a crazy person who's fucking paranoid and shit or something. None of that ever happened. Ever. In history. No one ever came to my house. Everything, I made a single phone call to the police once to talk about a death threat that I got against me and my family. And that was the extent of it. Nothing else ever actually happened after the initial phone call. That was it. So anything that was ever said in addition to that is a lie. And no evidence could ever be presented otherwise because it can't be true because it didn't happen. So every little piece of this weird meme story that these people have fabricated, you believe it, you're that dumb. I made one phone call to report a death threat against my family years ago. And I had a small conversation with an officer on the phone saying, hey, in addition to the death threats, I'm also having some big problems with internet chargebacks on PayPal, which is fraud. It's someone saying that they have a stolen credit card or whatever. And it's a mass amount of these things that I'm having at this point. Do the police deal with stuff like that? To which I was told, no, we don't deal with anything online whatsoever. The only capacity that we have is to deal with like human trafficking and stuff like that. You might want to speak with the FBI, but unless it's of a certain dollar amount, which is probably thousands to tens of thousands of dollars, no one's ever going to really help you. But here's a number if you want to call the FBI. And that was the final conversation I ever had with them about anything. No, nothing ever proceeded after that. No one came to my house. No one looked at cameras. This is all complete nonsense. So that entire story you've been told, whoever this fake person or persons are that have been involved on talking on a show about, they literally all made it up. Someone did a $1.26 tip and says these people are losers. They want to create fantasies about you so they have some meaning in their lives. Yeah, again, because they actually want to believe this nonsense, right? Here's the thing. If they hear a story that a police officer was called out to darksydephil's house and the officer arrives and there's a fucking a chain link fence with electricity on it and a bunch of security cameras on it and security cameras all over the house, then they, ha ha, DSP's a paranoid loser who just sits at home all day, ha 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 ha. Couldn't be further from the truth. I love going out. I really do. It's just that I work a lot, so I don't get to go out a lot, but now I've been going out more. In fact, this last week I had 2 days off with my wife and we went out and did a whole bunch of fun stuff. We're hoping that we can do some stuff together, maybe over the summer or into the fall. We're trying to make some plans and shit like that. But your fantasy doesn't make it reality. Just because you're jealous of me and you wish that you were me, and you're not, you're a miserable wretch sitting at home with nothing around you but the internet that you type on to make fun of people. It doesn't mean that the fabricated story you made up about me is real. It just means you're a loser. Oh, let's see here. I got a $10 tip. Shady says this stuff is all unhinged. Indeed it is. It's wild. Again, I mean, this stuff is so insane. Someone went and found, apparently, I guess they're saying that they found the police. If that's too loud, by the way, let me know, because it does sound a bit loud. So if you think that's too loud, let me know and I'll lower that sound effect. But someone went and found the police report from years and years ago when I actually got that death threat, okay? They turned the police report into a giant fabricated memeable story so that they had fake content to put out on YouTube, including fake guests who claimed that they were people who they weren't. They made it all up. It's pretty insane, don't you think?
I've heard some bullshit in my time, mister, but yours is the best.